All right, so today we're going to talk about a high-level overview on how one should structure their app. We'll talk about the concept extract, transform, and load. Extract, transform, and load integrates data from multiple applications in a clean and organized way. With the extract portion, you can extract data from outside sources, transform data to fit operational needs, and load data into the end target. From a high level, this is how you would set up your extract, transform, and load in your class. So you would pull data from APIs and parse data and set it to variables in the extract portion. In the transform portion, you would manipulate it to fit operational needs, and in the load portion, you'd load data into an endpoint. So all this is very theoretical. So we'll make it more concrete with an app that we created called GrooTalk. In GrooTalk, we pull from two different APIs: the wit.ai, which is a natural language processing API, and the Resource Guru app, which is a resource scheduler. And we created GrooTalk, where you can ask a query if someone's available, if a resource is available sometime next week, and it'll give you meaningful data on meaningful response on how that resource's availability is. So for extracting from the wit.ai, we send in the query, is Marie available next week? And we get this return response. As you can see, the return response is kind of convoluted. You have outcomes, you have entities, you have contact, date, time, value, from, to. This is all information that we don't necessarily need. So we'd want to transform it into a way that's meaningful to us. Here you have, instead of going through all these arrays and hashes to get to this from and to, you have this simple hash where you have this from, where you can just access the from data and the to data, and to access the contact, which is over here nested inside another hash, we have it right here where the contact is Marie. So now we have this data easily presented to us, and now we can use this data to pull even more data, which we are going to do with the Resource Guru app. So now from the Resource Guru app, we pull data using the contact Marie. So we want to pull the resource and this information about Marie as a whole. So now we have her name, her ID, her resource type, all this information about her. And now we want to extract Marie's bookings as well. So now we have some bookings by her, bookings that Marie scheduled for, and we want to transform it in a way where the resource and the bookings are associated with each other. So now in one hash, we have all these booking durations and all this information about Marie. And now all this data is meaningful to us and very cleanly presented to us. So now with this data, we can load it into one entire resource. And now inside this resource, we get all these benefits. We can access all this information in one instance of the resource. So now we have this data about from and to, about all these bookings durations that Marie has to cater to, and all this information about her. And then we can apply our own methods to these instances and gather different information. So now, since there's an association between the resource and the bookings, we can check if Marie has a booking next week, or we can check if she's free next week, or if she's free for a day, or free for a week. You know, we can apply all these methods to this resource instance Marie, and get all this further information from that resource. And now this allows us to easily account for API changes. Now, since wit.ai is a fairly new API, it also undergoes some changes itself. So wit.ai might change the structure in which its data is presented, and because we set up the way we transform our data so nicely, we can all we would have to do is change our transform data of the class where we're working with all this data, and make changes to account for the changes in the wit.ai. And that data and then all our tests could run again, and we could and then we could use that data in the same way that we did before. So as a whole, once you get all these benefits, you can simplify your complex system of code, and you could create an even more scalable app.